Genesis, a story of the beginning. People of every race and civilization have always asked certain fundamental questions, such as how did the world begin? Where did the first human beings come from? And why do people die? It is out of this human curiosity to the beginning of everything that people throughout the world, including Africans, have created hundreds of stories to explain natural or social phenomena. It is a basic human need to know how it all started in order to understand the meaning of life and its purpose. The book of Genesis is also about beginnings. The word Genesis comes from a Greek word which means origin or birth. For Christians and Jews, it is the inspired story about the creation of the universe and the origin of the human race. It also explains how sin and death came into the world and how God intervened to repair the damage. Genesis, as we know, has two main parts. The first 11 chapters are usually referred to as a primordial or medieval history, or what we see as a myth. These words simply point to the fact that what is narrated here is not history in the modern sense of the word, rather, it is an inspired theological reflection of the Israel people or on those universal truths that affect all human beings, regardless of time, place, and nationality. The Israelites based this reflection on their historical experience by means of which they gradually came to recognize God's presence and action in the world, and particularly in their own history as a nation. Looking at the second part of Genesis, which is chapter 12 to chapter 50, tells the story of patriots, the ancestors of Israelites. It all begins with the call of Abraham and Sarah. We all know Abraham and Sarah. Abraham and Sarah from their homeland in Haran. Because of their faith and obedience, God promised them many descendants and the possession of the land of Canaan, which is what we refer to as the promised land. This part of Genesis has a special appeal in African cultures, where land and many children are highly valued and regarded as a sign of God's blessing. Abraham's son Isaac is a minor figure among the patriots and serves mainly as a link between Abraham and Jacob. It is through Jacob's 12 sons that the 12 tribes of Israel are founded. Among these sons, it is Joseph who receives the greatest attention because of his major role in the events that forced Jacob and his whole family to migrate to Egypt. Looking at the second